Money Radio, thanks for joining us today. It's always a pleasure to welcome Laura Bramnick from TalkRealEstateAZ.com. TalkRealEstateAZ.com. Laura is an attorney. She's also a real estate agent, and she's also a consumer advocate. She really does work with her clients to come up with a concrete plan for residential or commercial real estate transactions or land transactions as well. And Laura holds an active Arizona real estate license through the State Bar of Arizona, and specializes in real estate. And you can contact Laura at 480-624-2705, 480-624-2705, and the website, all the contact info is there, TalkRealEstateAZ.com. Hi, Laura.
Hi, Sinclair.
Let's talk about lease purchases. First off, are you seeing lease purchases being used in this market? Because the market started to heat up a little bit.
Yeah, and there are still people out there that can't qualify for a conventional or FHA loan. As you and I have discussed before, mortgage qualification is more difficult. And the other thing is that the stated income loan has gone away. And what I mean by that is that, as you and I know, there are many people who are self-employed who pay their bills, but who may not show enough income on their tax return because they have so many deductions.
Right.
But they really do make enough money to pay their mortgage and other bills. And there was a program until we had the crash, and those programs have gone away. You have to prove your income on your tax return, and if you can't, you do not qualify.
So conventional lending, not so much, with the exception maybe of FHA.
FHA allows you to have what they call higher ratios and worse credit. That they do a lot by LOE, letter of explanation. But if you still have to show enough income even to meet those higher ratios. So with FHA, you have to show less money that you're making to qualify, for this, let's say, the same priced house as conventional.
So are you seeing much of it now in the Phoenix area?
I'm seeing less than I have been in the Phoenix area, more in the outlying areas, especially in the more rural counties like Yavapai and Coconino. I'm still seeing a lot of lease purchases there. I am seeing a few here because many landlords were holding on to their property because it was underwater.
Right.
But now that it's not underwater, a lot of times they want to sell it, and they usually offer it to the tenants first. The tenants who may have lived there for a long period of time usually want to buy, and then they may or may not be able to qualify.
So perhaps one of the advantages for the seller or landlord is that it's a way to move a property that has been underwater or is close to it,
Right.
without having to move the tenants out.
Right. And then when you have a tenant that's willing to buy, you don't have real estate commission, you really cut your closing costs
Right.
by a lot. And a lot of times the tenant has taken good care of the house. You know what I'm saying? The landlord wants the tenant to have the house, because they've developed a relationship. And so the issue is, can you qualify? And if you can't qualify, this is one way that you as a tenant can purchase the house, or as a landlord can sell the house.
Okay, so that's the advantage for the seller. What's the advantage for the buyer? They obviously, this is a situation where the credit rating is a little bit different. They may be credit worthy, but it's a little bit different for them.
Well, the buyer, first of all, they don't have to move. And also, if they don't qualify for conventional FHA, they can actually make payments toward the purchase of the house with the landlord until they can qualify. So it allows them not to lose the ability to purchase the house.
Okay,
And also, it allows them to make improvements on the house and get credit for it as they're buying the house, basically.
all right, I said lease purchase, did I say it properly? Because I've also heard the term lease option.
Yeah, there is a difference between lease purchase and lease option, although those terms are used interchangeably. In a lease purchase, usually the tenant's living there, taking care of the property, and
Okay,
they want to buy it. And also, it's in most but not all lease purchase agreements, part of the rent goes as a credit toward the down payment.
okay,
In an option,
so that's a good way to get a down payment done.
yes, it is. In an option, when you have an option, you do not have to occupy the property. It's, you pay a fee for the right to purchase the property at a certain time under certain conditions.
Got it.
It may be the price, it may be the terms of how it's gonna be financed, all kinds of things. A lot of people call an option the right of first refusal also, meaning that if you have an option and the owner wants to sell it, you can exercise your option before they can sell it to someone else.
Right, I get that.
Yeah.
It's like a call option in stocks.
Exactly.
Sure.
That's exactly right. And so the issue is, how do you draft these agreements so everybody's protected? The age-old story that we talk about almost every week, when you deal with a contract, if it's not drafted properly, you could be damaged.
Both, I would imagine, the landlord as well as the tenant. And then this brings up some questions about landlord-tenant relationships during the process.
Exactly,
Okay, we've got a lot to cover there.
yes.
Let's do it next week?
That sounds great, thanks.
Okay, because this is important, and I think we want to get it right. And as you always say, when it comes to those contracts, the devil is in the details.
It definitely is in the details.
And an ounce of preparation,
Yes, worth a pound of cure.
absolutely. Laura Bramnick from TalkRealEstateAZ.com, whether it's a lease purchase, a lease option, landlord-tenant relationships, HOA relationships, buying, selling, getting it right is important, and this is where Laura can really help her clients. If you have a question about a real estate issue, you can contact Laura at TalkRealEstateAZ.com, that's the website.
Correct.
Phone number 480-624-2705, and Laura does answer her own phone.
Yes, I do.
480-624-2705. Or if you just want to list a house or buy a house,
Yes,
you can absolutely help with that.
I can definitely help with that.
Laura Bramnick, TalkRealEstateAZ.com. Thank you, Laura.
Thanks, Sinclair.